Hi, and welcome to ilikebighuts.com. I am Helium, the raid leader for the guild I Like Big Huts, and this video is to go over downloading, installing, and configuring the combat meters that we'll be using for our raid. These will actually be an overlay that will show over a person playing in Windows or full screen Windows mode to be able to see real-time streaming of the stats that they are doing, damage, heals, that type of stuff. We will be using them in our raids in the future, and I wanted to make sure I had a video to go over the installation and make it as clean as possible. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to the website, and it is download.SWTOR Combat Logs.com. Okay, and this is a site. You'll need to do two things: download the software, install it, and register. First thing we're going to do is download it. It will download a setup.exe. You save it. It's not very big. When it is, you go to where you saved it and double click on it, run it. Okay, and then we'll install it. As you can see, it is downloading 7 megs of software. Alright, and that's pretty much it. It will install it. It will automatically open it, which I just closed it. And the next thing you need to do is you need to go in to register the site. Click the register link. Here's what you'll fill out. First thing is, on the login name, I would do your main tune. This is what all of them will be recorded under. It will save individual tunes logged into this system, but we will be looking you up theoretically based on your tune, not on some login name. So I would put your main tune, pick a password. Okay, I cannot verify the security on the site. The only thing you're going to be really putting up here is your combat logs. So if the Chinese want to get in there and check out my mad heals per second, then they are, by all means, can do that. It doesn't matter to me, but I would not use a password here that you use anywhere else. Mine is actually very simple. Next, you need to type in your email. Now this will need to be, you only need to do it once. You will not have to register a new one with every single tune. It's just one time for the client. That way it records everything, and we can go in there. You can go in there and look at them and see how you do. And I'll have another video up on actually using the site and going in and reading the numbers and doing other things. The nickname, just put a nickname here. I'm not sure what it uses that for. A character, the server. Okay, it's important to put it's important to put the server name and the guild name. You can look up people with the guild name or the server name. Now that is actually not our server name, but we're probably going to transfer here, so I didn't think about putting anything. And then you put a security question. Okay, I'm personally not going to fill out this personal information. You can if you want. Then you click the register button. I have already registered. It will only let you register an email once, so I'm not going to do that, but you'll register it. And this is the information right here. This and the password is what you'll use inside the client. You register, and then we'll be good to go with that. Now we're going to go over the basic use of the installed client. What you see here is the combat log processor. I clicked on an icon that was installed on my desktop that looked just like this icon right here. And when you pull it up, you will get 2 red bulbs here. Mine are green because I've already got it configured. The configuration is extremely easy. All you do is click this icon, go to options, leave this in there. It should say test.swtorlogs.eu. The client is a little messed up where it overwrites a little bit what's in the field, but it's not a huge deal. You put in here, you put in your username and the password that you use to register. Pick English. Put the server name and the guild name. We need to put that in there so we can help look up people. And this should be correct, the combat logs. Once you do all that, you click save. When it comes up, you should get 2 green lights. If you do not, it means that you do not have the combat log turned on inside the game, and I will cover that in just a minute. After that goes, you should get 2 green lights. Okay, for the rest of these, it's the dashboard is important. This is the overlay that you will see in your game. And this is basically kind of like your menu into these other buttons and these other windows that pop up, so you can see your threats, so you can see your abilities, or you can see the group meters and stuff like that. But if you play the game, or you will need to play the game in windowed mode, full screen or just windowed, it doesn't matter, but you need to do that. You click this little icon here, it'll put the overlay up, and then you go into your game. You'll see this. Now, to actually turn them on, you just click on the icons. And you can pick either one of these you want. The important ones that I want to get to are this one, threat. This will basically show your threat. This is important for DPS, for everybody, but mainly for DPS and tanks, so we can see how close we get to. The second most important one, in my opinion, is the group meters. You'll be able to see the group meters, and then you can see some different information that you'll see down here on this one, the group meters. The default is DPS checked. If you click this one, it'll show healers. They do not show them on both. And then this one, you can toggle between either. It's basically a threat overlay, which I find pretty much useless because it evens out the bars and you really can't tell. So I wouldn't check that. I would just check with your healing or DPS and then use the threat meter. This ability shows what abilities you're using. I find it is a waste. And the personal meters is nice for when you're not in a group, because this only works if you're in a group. So you'll need this for when you're wandering around testing, dummies and stuff like that. But mainly you'll be using these two inside the raid. To go over this number is the total group DPS throughput per second, which is nice. You can see everybody as a group. This one toggles on the DPS, which is basically damage per second or heals per second, or total heals or total damage you've done. The mate group is for the raid leader. That is for me, and actually it doesn't work. I have to go to the site to create these groups. What it generates for me doesn't work. This join group, I will give you a group ID that you will put in here, and it will allow you to join the group. Now, I can also, if you're up and running, if you're on and you got green lights and you're in the game, I can add you to the group on the website, and it'll come up and ask you for confirmation, and you just hit OK. So I might or might not give you that group. I might just add you, and then you'll just click on it and say, OK, I want a group. But if I give it to you, just click here to join group, type it in, hit OK, and you'll join it. This call break is pretty much reserved for the raid leader. This is basically to say we're going to call a 10-minute break, and it'll show up on everybody's screen, and then it'll count down with a nice little clock to tell you when it's time to be back. There's also a ready check that's built into the ops in the site that I will use if I think we need to. So that pretty much goes over this part. Just make sure if you do not see this when you go to into the game, you're not playing in Windows mode, or you did not check it on this, click it on this client. All right, the first thing you want to do is you want to go into your preferences, which is right here. Preferences, combat logging. You want to make sure that you have enable combat logging to file activated. This needs to be checked and filled in exactly like it is. If it's unchecked, that's bad. This is good. You also want to go to your graphics and make sure you're running in either full screen windowed mode or windowed mode. Full screen will not show the overlay. So that's the two things. Then hit OK, and you should be good to go. And that will be it for the combat meters installations for Star Wars: The Old Republic. Thank you for watching this video. My name is Helium. I am the Ray leader for ILikeBigHuts.com. Signing off. Hope your install goes well. Peace out.